Good morning. Um, so it's the winter solstice today, and we're just driving up to a vantage point so that we can watch the sunrise. The winter solstice it's a big deal for me, as somebody who has suffered extensively from seasonal affective disorder for I don't know how long now, but whenever we get to the winter solstice, for me, it's kind of like everything is going uphill because the days start getting longer and I can start looking forward to the summer. But this is the first time in more than a decade, I think, that I have managed to cope really well with the SADS, and I haven't felt as low as most other winters. So I'm very, very happy about that. So we're just going to go do the sunrise now. And sunrise time is at 8:21. So the nice thing about the winter solstice compared to the summer solstice is that you don't actually have to get up that early. So my husband has just pointed out that we're not actually going to see the sun because it's a beautiful gray, overcast day outside. But that's not really the point of the winter solstice. It's just knowing that the sun is somewhere there behind the clouds, rising for the last time at this very late hour, and knowing that going forwards is going to be rising a lot earlier as we move towards the warmer months. So it's not about actually seeing the sun. That would be a bonus, obviously, but we all know the concept of object permanence, which is that just because you can't see something that is behind, and you can't see an object that is behind something else, doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Okay, so this is our spot where we're going to watch the sunrise from. And so even though it's quite cloudy, you can kind of see that is where the sun is coming from. So we've had to drive past the valley. We're at the top of the valley now, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we're at the highest point of the valley, broadly speaking, or as high as we can get in this area anyway. But yeah. Okay, so we've got our thermos of coffee, and so we're gonna have some coffee whilst we watch the sunrise. And I'm just gonna take this time to just be grateful for how winter gives us the opportunity to go inwards and to slow down and to gather our energy. So we grow our own vegetables. We're into gardening and stuff, and we do know the importance of a garden to be, bedded down for winter, for all the bulbs, for the plants, for the seeds to just gather up all of their energy so that in spring they can unfurl and grow and flourish and thrive. And I've come to see the winter solstice, to see winter as an opportunity to do that, an opportunity to go inwards and gather up your energy so that you can go forwards and thrive, which really helped to switch how I dealt with winter. So it sort of took me away from a position of being a victim of winter and hating winter to actually appreciating the importance of the seasons and winter. Okay, so we've just finished our sun rising adventure by walking around the park and going to some Pokemon gym stops. Did you take down a gym here?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. He's an avid Pokemon trainer. Okay, so for the rest of the day, we've got house maintenance, and then we're going to go to a traditional Christmas carol, traditional carol service. So fingers crossed, they'll keep it traditional and I can really belt it out. And also, we're going to do a winter solstice celebration with a fire pit and some marshmallows for the kids and some hot chocolates outside. So it's going to be really awesome.
Let's go. Okay, there's the floating.
It's beautiful. The sun has come out now.
Yeah, it's so bright. I can't even see anything.
Do you want to do your stuff in the shade?
If I don't look at the sun, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's a good day to do painting because it's
Who's
nice
that?
and sunny. Frida Kahlo.
You do Frida Kahlo. Wow.
It's a nice day to do painting. Headband.
That is fantastic, darling.
Frida Kahlo.
Oh, I love this.
I know you like Frida Kahlo.
Yes, I do. I do like Frida Kahlo.
That's why I made Frida Kahlo.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I can stick that up in my sewing cave.
Okay.
Tonight's dinner, we're having hamburgers and we make our own buns. So I'm going to use the bun dough recipe that came with our bread maker. So I make the wholemeal dough, the 50 and 50. So we buy our flour in bulk in 25 kilo bags. And so this one is the wholemeal flour and that's the white flour. And I've stored it where it's right next to the bread machine so that it just makes it easier. There isn't a lot of toing and froing. 300 grams of wholemeal flour, 300 grams of white flour, both is strong white flour and strong wholemeal flour, by the way. 2 teaspoons of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, 380 mils of water, 2 teaspoons of yeast. Okay, and so this is ready to go into the bread maker, and this will be ready in about 2.5 hours. So I'm about to take the kids to the park now because cabin fever is a real thing during the holidays. So I just make sure that, I take them out to the park for about an hour or so and let them run around and, expend as much of that energy as possible. The bread maker is going with the buns and that's going to be doing the work for me while I do the important job of energy management. I consider myself an energy manager because young kids have got ish tons of energy and you got to manage that so that in winter, it doesn't become unbearable. So, yeah. Yeah. So I know that energy is being expended because I've become the coat caddy. When they start to get too warm to have their coats on, I know that my strategy is working.
Wow! It goes nice and easy now.
It's a beautiful sunset on the winter solstice. All right, so I've just washed the linen fabric. No, somebody got it out already for me. So this is the linen fabric. It's been washed and dried, and this is what it looks like when it's been washed and dried. I'm gonna have to press it. But yeah, it's really, really lovely. Cannot wait to sew into this. Yeah, but right now it's time to fold the laundry in between getting the food ready. Okay, so we're going to the Christmas Carol service now. Got my lipstick on.
Hi!
Hi.
Hi!
So wearing my Christmas skirt. Well, that was a rousing service. Proper traditional Christmas carols. I belted it out. I sang my loudest. I was like doing the whole Beyonce thing. Well, not properly Beyonce thingy, but I was like really going for it. I mean, my voice is a little bit raspy now because I was really going for it. And they finished off with Hark the Herald Angel. And that's always an amazing, amazing one. So yeah, I'm a happy, happy bunny. So now we're gonna go home and we're gonna do marshmallows. smells like a huge one.